Hi everyone, if you're a Cancer born June 21st to July 22nd, what can you expect for the month of July 2017? Let's tune in and find out. So, Cancers, depending on, of course, where your moon is and a lot of things in your chart, you're going to have a lot of sensitivity this month, especially the first couple of weeks. It's going to feel like everything is just rubbing you the wrong way. So there's this hypersensitivity, and I guess it doesn't have to mean that everything's rubbing you the wrong way. It just means that you're extra sensitive, you're vulnerable. This can also mean that you're vulnerable to what's going on for somebody else. So you may find yourself feeling more empathetic, or you may find yourself feeling more sorrowful for someone else's plight or their situation. It could also mean literally that somebody's rubbing you the wrong way, making you feel irritated and frustrated and concerned, right? So the first couple of weeks here, there's just this friction that's happening in the universe, and because it's the new moon of Cancer that we just had on just a few days ago, the end of June, that Cancer kind of overrides everybody, all the zodiac signs. So everybody's feeling hypersensitive and hyper aware of their own emotions, their own feelings. So what there is for you to do is just to know that that's out there and just not get sucked into it. Not, when somebody else is having their little explosion or their little meltdown, don't make it about you, right? Which is normal for all of us to do, but because you're extra sensitive this month, Cancer, it's really important that you really listen to your instincts, keep the lines of communication clear and open, and don't read too much into things, and don't feel too much into things, right? You really want to practice kind of standing your ground and feeling safe in your own skin. Okay, so now as we look at the month, let's look first at those of you in a committed relationship, all right, and see what's available for us this month for you. So as with most things in the universe, they show up around our partnerships. So you may find with your committed loved one, there may be a little more friction, there may be a little bit more power plays or frustrations these first couple of weeks. And it doesn't have to be a big blowout thing. It's just like little, nitpicky things. It's just like, that kind of energy, right? That we can all experience from time to time in our relationships. Now, the good news is this is just moments, right? They're just moments sprinkled out the first 2 to 3 weeks in July. And then as we get further into July, we get a new moon in Leo. And then it's like the sun's not shining on you anymore. You're not burning up. It's not like uncomfortable. And things start to really open up in your relationship, and you're going to have much more fun, and it'll just really become more of like a picnic for you and your partner. So just be aware that the first couple of weeks, a little more strained, a little more sensitive. You pick at each other a little bit more. The last 10, 15 days of the month, especially 10 days of the month, things just go a little bit more smooth, and it's easy and back to kind of like normal. All right, so for those of you that are single, if you're still interested, after I just gave that little reading there, if you're still interested in having a relationship for yourself, let's look and see what's available for you this month. So you really need to have patience. You really also need to see that there's a lot of people that are going to be at their worst. I hate to say that, but there are a lot of people who won't be able to ride out this energy, and who may just kind of like be on the verge of exploding, right? Just upset, frustrated. So the good news is you're likely, if you start dating somebody, you're likely to see, a side of them that generally you wouldn't see for 3 to 6 months later. So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Unless they're super bad, right? But if they're not abusive and they're just, have these little moments, just know it's kind of what's happening in the universe. And if they're still this way next month, then sayonara, right? But otherwise, I would say give them a second or a third chance, and things should smooth out and give you an opportunity to really find love. But if they're worth, if there's a lot of good qualities there, if they have a little fit here and there, the energy is really, 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 oversensitized. People are are really a lot of frenetic and energy and chaos, and I just want to say overall cancers, you want to be aware also of what's going on in the physical world, because there's a lot of friction and a lot of intense energy. This could be rife for destruction. So you really, really, really want to listen to your instincts. I don't want to put fear in anybody. I'm not about fear, but I'm about, you being aware, right? So just be aware that if somebody's losing their cool, just walk away. Just not yours to figure out, not yours to correct. Be on high alert with yourself. If you're being led to someplace, or to get in a car or to walk down the street, and if you have a funny feeling, listen to that funny feeling and don't go there, right? Go the other direction. This is a month where there's a lot of crazy things happening in the universe. There's a lot of angry people out there, and this energy feeds that anger. So I just want everybody just to listen to their own instincts and stay clear of those things. And the mantra that I use all the time for myself, and I tell my kids and the people I love, is I'm always at the right place at the right time. And if you can just use that this month, it'll give you security. I'm always at the right place at the right time. And using that mantra is going to put you at the right place at the right time. So you're going to avoid, those upsets or those things. So you don't even have to be present to witness, what's going on, somebody having a meltdown, or God forbid something worse than that, right? So that's kind of what's up for everybody this month. Okay, so for the first 3 weeks anyway, for sure. All right, so now let's look more for those of you that are interested in your money. So what kind of money opportunities are there this month for Cancers? So you're going to have to, you just need to pay attention. You have to have an awareness, right? This is one of those things where, sometimes, you just get in a spending free, and you're throwing money here and throwing money there and doing this and doing that. And before you know, it's like, what? I spent that much? So this is one of those months when your spending can get out of control, when you can just have such a good time, that you're having a blowout birthday party for 30 days, right? It's like one of those months where it's all about you and you're spending a lot of money. So I do feel like some of you are spending a lot of money this month on travel or fun, or exotic vacations that maybe you wouldn't normally have. So just be aware that keeping track of your money is important, so that you, one, don't find yourself short at the end of it, and that you really stop and go, is that really necessary? Do I really want to, do I have to have that? So it's like excess. There can be an excess for you this month, Cancer, in terms of, let's say you see a deal and you love that kind of style of shirt, and you buy 5 of them instead of just buying 1, right? Or 2. It's like that. It's like, do I really need all of that? Do I really need both? So just watch your excess spending. So how about money coming in? I feel less about money coming in and more about stopping the outflow, that you can have more money by paying attention to what you're overspending on. This can be car insurance, health insurance, it can be your rent, it can be partying, it can be just extra, treats like eating out too much, or quitting a bad habit, like Starbucks or smoking, right? So it's like, I feel like this month for you guys that you will make money by just paying attention where you're spending money. All right, so that seems to be the big thing for you. So let's look at career. Career, there are great opportunities and happenings, events they're showing me, especially like July 15th and beyond, July 20th. There's big openings in your career sector where you can have meetings that you want to have, that you can have, people's names on your lips, or, your name on people's higher ups' lips. So like, oh, bring that person in, so higher ups and other people may be knowing about you. So even though it could be in the background and it doesn't maybe necessarily make it to you, by the end of the month, you may be getting wind of your name being thrown in for a potential raise, or a potential new job, or a potential part, or an opportunity for you to, do something you've always wanted to do. There may be an opening there for you. And if you're like on some sort of wait list for something, whether it's a college or whether it's a job opportunity or a wait list for something for your health, to get into a specific doctor, that wish could be granted by the end of the month. Okay, so good things for you. And since we're talking about health now, we're moving right into health. There are opportunities to really forward your health, especially towards the end of the month. The first part of the month, it feels a little bit, again, like, high alert, pay attention, just notice. This is not about creating fear in you, Cancer. This is about creating awareness. So please pay attention to that, right? If you start to feel scared or you start to feel anxious about your health or anything else, you just need to blow it off, exhale, get right with yourself and say, it's all good. I'm fine. It's all good, right? And if you're not good, then you can say to the universe, bring it to me, the answers, the things that I need to correct this issue. And I really feel by the end of the month, it's going to be corrected, or you're going to have the right solutions available to you for your health. Some of you are going to find you may have some lung stuff happening this month that could be connected with fear as well, or it could be connected to just the environment in terms of toxicities or a sensitivity to what's going on, maybe pollens and allergens, things like that. So Cancers, be aware of your lungs this month. And then also for some of you, digestion is going to show up as a sensitive thing, so that you may find that you're overeating a specific food group and that's not agreeing with you. Right? So especially like dairy, I'm picking up stomach and then head at the same time. So just know yourself, learn about yourself. You're going to be extra sensitive this month. That's the bottom line, Cancers. And listen, we need sensitive people in the world, right? Because you guys, Cancers, with that sensitive energy, you have the ability to have empathy. And the world really needs a lot of empathy at this time. We really need to have empathy for our fellow man. Love is what cures everything. But this is the month you want to be careful not to inject yourself in a situation that's too volatile and you think, I'll just bring love to it. I'll help. I can handle this. I want you to be careful of that this month, because especially if it's strangers, you don't know what you don't know. Okay. And this is where you would just send love to the situation and remove yourself entirely. Just go the other way. Now, if it's between people that you love, you got to use your discernment. So it's always about discerning the situation this month, how it feels, and anything that I can bring to this to elevate the consciousness, to calm things down. Great. But if you can't, don't feel bad. A lot of people's karmas are playing out. Cause and effect is happening really rapidly. So there's this real sensitivity that's happening. Mars is Mars, the planet of war, is in the sign. So there's all this warring that's going on the first couple of weeks. So it's not, it's going to be difficult for a lot of people. And if you have this awareness, then you can avoid things. You can live life to your fullest. You can live, like I said, focus on right place, right mind. I'm always at the right place at the right time, kind of idea, philosophy. And you'll have a much better month than a lot of people who maybe don't have that mindset. So just be aware, Cancer, a lot of opportunities for you to be able to pay attention and for you to use your sensitivity in a good way while forwarding yourself. Okay, so let's see if there's any surprises for Cancers this month. Yeah, there's actually, for some of you, romance. There's going to be a surprise romantic partner show up for you. Not who you think it is, but somebody completely new and somebody who is worthwhile. And not that the people that you've liked before haven't been worthwhile, but they're ready, okay? So sometimes, we meet people and they make us feel good about ourselves and they stimulate us, but they're not good dating quality people, right? They're just a player in the field, and they're not interested in a romance. So stop chasing the ones that aren't viable if you're somebody who's interested in having a relationship, and trust the new information as it comes in. Now, the one that does, this new person that may come in, they could test you a little bit, because like I said, the energies are a little bit testy. So, but by the end of the month, there's going to be more relief. You'll get to see another side of them. And certainly by the end of August, like a real playful energy emerges that could be really, really good. So just be aware, some of you may have a surprise new love relationship. Now, any other surprises for Cancers this month? Yeah, some of you are going to discover some gifts that you have. Healing gifts, an ability to help heal other people. You may find that your intuition is actually really, really in sync this month with healing. You may find the spiritual laws are lining up and that you may find yourself learning new modalities that have to do with healing, and or it could even be that it's a different profession, but within that profession, what you're able to do actually brings healing to a business or support to somebody else. So there may be these doors that unlock that were previously not available to you to help forward you in your career. So look for some career advancement towards the end of the month, new opportunities to be able to learn something new or to expand or increase your healing capacity for yourself or others. All right, Cancers, it is a full month. Have a terrific month. Happy birthday to all of you. And if you like my intuitive astrology, please click like. Please feel free to comment below and I'll do my best to get back and answer you. And I love it if you share it with your friends. Thanks so much and have a wonderful month, everyone.